Regan couldn't bring himself to push the old lady down the flight of stairs, making him tonight's big loser.
What kind of cold intro was that?
Have you never seen Impractical Jokers?
No.
Damn it.
What the fuck?
Anyways, welcome back to Coworkers, where your two hosts, Josh
And Regan.
are going to discuss why their taste in movies are really bad. Anyways.
Yeah, well, there's that.
So Regan, what have you been up to?
Well, lots of school.
Lots of school? Damn.
I've been doing that shit. I've also been writing, preparing for this little movie we're doing.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I mean, what do I know? I don't know anything. Right? I don't know anything.
Nah, we just gotta keep it hush-hush.
Yeah.
It just gotta be under wraps, you know?
Yeah, for now.
We both signed NDEs.
NDAs, yeah.
NDAs? Is that what it is? What
Yeah.
the hell did I just say? Isn't NDE like a type of shoe?
Yeah. The Adidas. Some shit like that.
What are we
Anyways,
talking
we're
about?
reacting
Yeah.
to the Oscars. The Oscar nominations.
Yep. But before we get to that, I wanted to bring to your attention some of the movies that I watched recently, because I feel like one of these movies got absolutely snubbed at the Oscars. Well, it's probably going to be present at next year's Oscars, if anything.
Oh boy.
So these past few days, even though I was supposed to be busy catching up on Oscar movies,
Yeah, Josh. Yeah.
I thought it would be more fun to catch up on my Robert Pattinson lore and actually watch the Twilight movies. I watched 2 of them. The main reason why I did watch them is because at work, people keep making references to them, and I feel
Wait,
left...
who at work keeps making references?
Like
to them?
KJ and Cindy.
What the fuck? Why Twilight though?
I don't know, because Twilight's fucking good. You ever see them? They're excellent.
Yeah, I saw the first one and I got tired after that.
Dude, the second one is... It's bad. Alright, so... I guess we're going to talk about Twilight first. So... Everybody knows that Twilight is... It's a romance. And, what propels the story forward is the relationship between Bella and Edward.
Oh yeah, of course.
But man, is it frustrating to watch a movie that relies so heavily on this relationship that you can't even believe. Bella's whole character revolves around Edward, but Edward's whole character revolves around Bella.
Uh-huh.
So it's like a feedback loop of like 2 black holes, like just sucking out each other's personality. It's crazy. And you know what else is weird? Like the dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if Stephanie Meyer wrote her novels with this type of dialogue in mind, but there's a lot of references, or like whenever the couples in the movie talk cutesy to each other, they use a lot of like mammalian terminology.
Mammalian? Okay.
Yeah, dude. Because there's a point in the movie where Bella goes to Edward's house and meets his family, right? A family of vegan vampires.
Right.
Well, they claim to be vegetarian because they only suck the blood out of animals, which is weird because they say they're the same thing as vegetarians, but they're still eating meat, like, technically speaking.
Yeah.
I don't know, some head-assery. But regardless, that's not why I wanted to bring that scene up. The reason why I wanted to bring the scene up is because Edward takes Bella on this like romantic tour through the forest and showcasing his powers and whatnot. So he leaps out his window. He hops onto a tree.
Wait, hold on. Are you talking about the first one or the second one?
This is the first one.
Oh,
remember
the first one.
scene?
The first one, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that
So
scene.
you remember the part where he's latched onto a tree and he's like, "You better hold on, spider monkey."
Da, 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 da.
I got kind of scared. Like, that was... And then, not only that, but then there's a scene with baseball. That scene is tight.
I remember that.
Honestly,
Sounds like fucking thunder or some shit, right?
Yeah, it's like they throw the ball so fast that it like
Cracks,
cracks
the
the sound barrier.
Yeah.
It cracks the sound barrier. So they need the thunderstorm to mask out the sound of their epic pitches, bro. And then there's a scene where the big buff vampire guy like is trying to catch a ball, so he hops off a tree and he like catches it in midair, and then it cuts to his girlfriend, and he's like, "My monkey man." What?
Isn't Anna Kendrick in the first one?
She is. You know what? I looked it up. The other interesting I wanted to find out was how old these people were at the time of filming. And Anna Kendrick was the oldest one out of all of them. She was 22 when they filmed the movie.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and then the second oldest was Robert Pattinson. He was 21. And Kristen Stewart was actually 17, like when they first started it.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's pretty interesting, like to see like where they all got their start.
What the?
It's
fuck?
like, this movie really brought Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson to the limelight.
Yeah.
Like to everybody's attention.
Yeah, of course.
But there was one person in that cast who did not need this movie as like a springboard to propel them into cinematic glory. Taylor Lautner.
Oh yeah. Mr. Six Pack.
Yeah, dude.
I
Takes
remember,
off his shirt.
bro,
He makes
I remember
$2 million.
I remember in elementary school, middle school, like every classmate that I had was fucking obsessed over him.
Oh,
Obsessed over Taylor Lautner. You know the whole like Team Edward, Team Jacob.
Yeah, Team Edward, Team Jacob. Dude, the movie would have been a lot more interesting if they ditched Bella and then they just got together.
I mean, it would have.
Like, what is that? Some Gone with the Wind type of shit where like a white man and like a Native American end up like, dude, they come from opposite ends of the world. Pocahontas. I don't know, and then they can't even be together. Probably due to like not only because of like their clans being like, it's funny. So the werewolves and the vampires are rival factions, and they don't really like each other. They have like names for each other.
Yeah.
And when Jacob brought up Edward's family, Jacob says, "Oh, in my tribe, we refer to them as the cold ones." I'm like, cold ones? Like a drink?
Like a beer?
Like a beer?
Like
cold one with the boys?
Like a little brewski?
Yeah, like a little brewski, dude. And then they talked about how these cold ones like to drink, and I was like, dude, this is exactly some frat boy shit. So that was pretty great. But also, Taylor Lautner's hair in the first movie, it's not the move.
Dude,
he has like grown out hair.
Bro, what do you mean? It's like luscious, dude. Those luscious locks. Those luscious werewolf locks.
I don't know. There's a few shots where I was looking at his hair and it didn't even look real. Like he just wore extensions.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny. And then in the second one, so like that kind of wraps up the first one. The first one ended with them fighting this. They needed a villain, so they brought on this like white vampire. Yeah. Who was like, "Ooh, you brought a snack," and then he like chases them down.
Yeah. No.
It's really funny.
No, I remember that whole third act when I was a kid, and I was like, I mean, I guess it's cool. I mean, they're in some studio thing. I don't fucking know who the fuck
and then only because like Bella used to do like ballet or something like that.
Yeah, and then
which is not brought up. It's like
didn't he use like some like video thing?
That was
like,
weird.
Mess with her mind.
He almost made like a snuff film, but also he used like old camcorder footage of like the family.
Yeah, I remember
that.
A
home video.
I remember that. Yeah.
And then he used that to lure out Bella, because Bella's kind of dumb. And then she's always like, "Oh man, oh Edward, I would die for you. I would sacrifice my life for you." It's like, dude, you guys only known each other for like a week. What do you mean?
But it's true love, Josh.
It's true love. Well, that's true. I don't know jack shit about
that.
So
chill.
So maybe, what's her name? Stephanie Meyer's trying to tell me something. Maybe I just gotta like bleach my skin or something like that.
Oh no, don't do that.
Maybe I gotta wear contacts. Also, like the makeup that Robert Pattinson was using, I was like, what in the world is he wearing? I knew he was supposed to be a vampire.
What,
he
the
was
sparkles?
Wearing, like, the sparkles was tight. I don't know what everybody was hating on that for. That shit was awesome. I wish I had that superpower.
Mr. Sparkle Man?
Yeah, Mr. Sparkle. Okay, but that's the first movie. The second movie is really, really boring because they removed the best part of the first movie, which was Robert Pattinson.
I thought you were gonna say Taylor Lautner. I was like, oh no.
No, dude. He's the focus of this movie, which is a detriment.
Yeah, it's like a love triangle.
I get that.
Love triangle, love square type thing. I don't fucking know.
It's a shape.
Yeah, I kind of gave up after the first one. I was like, this movie's not for me. I can't.
I gotta watch the rest of them. I'm just like dying to see like how it plays out. But if you look at the critic reception of these movies, it's like this. It's like a heart rate monitor. It's like going up and down consistently. So the first movie was like 50 or something like that on Rotten Tomatoes, 50%. The second one is like 20, and then the third one is 50 again, and then it goes down to 20 again, and then back to 50.
Jesus.
So there's something up. There's something fishy with these movies.
Yeah.
The first one, it looks like Zack Snyder filmed it because it's so blue.
No.
It's so blue.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I remember about the film. It's so like
it's cold.
Yeah, it's so cold. It makes me want to put a jacket on, dude.
Well, they wanted to sell that.
Yeah,
and
well,
I mean, like it was kind of purposeful.
But doesn't it take place in like Seattle or some shit? Something like that.
It's in a place called Forks.
Forks.
Yeah. Do you know why? Because people be eating.
Yeah. Is there a spoon and a knife?
No other utensils. Sadly.
Damn.
The sister city is probably Spork.
Probably. Like Sporky from Toy Story 4.
Yeah, like Toy Story 4. You know why it's like Sporky? Because this shit's trash, bro.
Wasn't there a scene where like Edward like first walked into the classroom and like this big fan just like
that's like
this
every
huge
single
gust
time.
of wind?
Yeah, every single time he appears on screen, there's someone with like dude, you know, like a piece of cardboard, you know, like in the Philippines, like the pai bro, they're like fanning him.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Bro, they got fucking industrial grade fans, bro, just doing all that shit.
I know. They spent all this money, all their budget went to that.
Jesus.
A lot of slow-mos too. But the second movie is funnier because it focuses so much on Jacob and Bella.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Edward and Bella's relationship, you couldn't sell that.
Mm-hmm.
This is just ridiculous. Like, trying to say that Bella and Jacob are like a cute couple for each other, that's like saying, it's like saying a mouse belongs with like a mousetrap or something like that. You know? It's gonna lead to like death.
Jesus.
And the other thing that was great is how much money they must have had to invest in jorts. Like jean shorts.
Okay.
Because everybody in Jacob's clan wears jean shorts.
Jesus.
And there's just like these... It's just a squad of like big buff men in jean shorts. It's ridiculous. It's really... I can't even like tell you what the movie was about other than like happenstances and meet cutes of like Jacob and Bella and some other wild shit. Like there's a scene where it's when Edward leaves because like the town is getting suspicious of the family. Like they never age. The dad is supposed to look 10 years older than he is. So they have to go. And Edward is like, this is for the best. Promise me you don't do anything reckless. And then throughout the movie, Bella gets hallucinations of Edward, like the smoky figure that's like, don't do it, Bella. Don't do that.
Wait,
don't kill yourself. You're so sexy. Ha ha ha.
Isn't the sequel the one where it's like they break up, kind of, right? Edward and Bella.
Yeah.
And like she's like kind of like depressed from it in a way.
She's hella depressed.
Yeah.
There's a scene where
it's like this 360 pan, right?
and
like the seasons change.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I remember that.
You did see the second movie.
Not really.
Well, you got the gist of it.
Not really.
I don't even know what the gist of it is. It's just like, oh, a new relationship. Yeah. And then, I don't know what happens. Oh, this is the part I do remember. They end up in like Italy or something like that.
That's right. That was in the trailers. I know that.
Yeah. There's like people like dressed in red. There is a coven of vampires, like the high table of vampires, some John Wick shit. And then I don't know what they said to Edward, but it has to do something with like...
Is it because he dated like some human or some shit?
I think so. And then he has to be punished, so he needs to reveal himself to the public eye. And in order to do that, he needs to walk out shirtless in front of all these people, just like ogling him. And then some other stuff happens. Dakota Fanning's in the movie. She plays a vampire who could like project hallucinations or something, like mind control. And there's a fight scene. Edward almost dies. And the one sister, like Edward's sister, she could predict the future. Like she has like hindsight. She could like look into the future. Foresight. That's what I'm looking for. And then she's like, oh, don't worry. Bella's going to be one of us. So, you know, spoiler alert, Bella becomes a vampire.
Oh, I know that because just memes and whatnot.
Yeah. With that ugly baby, that CGI baby. That's why I'm watching it, to be honest. Is because I want to get context for that CGI baby. We thought Henry Cavill's lip in Justice League was bad. Like, this is crazy. It's like the baby in American Sniper. Do you know about that?
Fuck, I haven't seen American Sniper in a while.
So, there's a scene, I think it's towards the end, where Bradley Cooper is like holding a baby, but it's obvious that the baby's fake.
Yeah.
It's like, it looks so bad. And it's like, you could either go two ways. You could have practical effects and make it look kind of silly. Think American Sniper. Wonder Woman 1984, when there's a scene where she saves two kids, and there's just these two like mannequins like wrapped in clothing.
Oh no.
Or you could have bad CGI and spend hella money on it.
Yeah.
You could spend $70 million to CGI a lip, or what looks to be $5 to CGI a baby. So there's really only two paths that you can go down with like bad production design.
Yeah.
So the movie ends with the love triangle finally meeting in a forest. There's Edward, there's Jacob, and then there's Bella.
Okay.
And then,
I don't like this is going. I don't like where this is going.
This is PG-13 movie.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Like, you do not need to assume that it's going to get any more risque than some face biting and whatnot.
Jesus.
So they all meet up in a forest.
Okay.
And Jacob is like, oh, Bella doesn't want to be with you. And Bella's like, maybe I kind of do want to be with him. And then Edward's like, oh, you're going to need to step off, Jacob. And then they have like this little fight. And then Homeboy transforms. Jacob transforms. He loses the jorts. Every time they transform, they like bust through their clothing.
Yeah, it's
God
like
damn.
it's like the Hulk.
The Hulk's got like the most like, he's got the best waistband, like his pants. I don't know where he gets them.
It's adjustable.
Some Stark Industry level clothing and whatnot. So they fight. Jacob is like, fine, have it your way. He leaves, and then the movie ends with Edward going, Bella, I want you to marry me. And then cut to black. I thought I was watching The Sopranos or something like that. I was like, what? That's how the shit ends?
Bro, that's how you make a sequel, bro.
But what's crazy is that there's still 3 movies.
Exactly.
Oh my god. So...
Wait, there's 3 more movies? I thought there's 2 more. Like the part 2, the part 1, part 2. Right? Is that not it?
No, there's Eclipse, and then there's Breaking Dawn. And Breaking Dawn is the one that got split up into 2 parts because Harry Potter did it. And then the production company was like, we're about to make millions. So they split it up into 2 parts. So hopefully I get twice as much of that CGI baby. So to wrap things up, I give the first Twilight... Okay, before I get into this, maybe when we do these discussions, if we want to talk about movies, we could like give it like a rating. So maybe we could talk about a little bit about how we look at movies and how we grade them and whatnot.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Alright? So, when it comes to rating movies, for me, I use a 10-point system, and I try to use the entire scale. Like, if things are average, I try not to use American school, like, grading systems where 70 is average and whatnot. Yeah. Average to me is 5 out of 10. It's in the middle.
Right.
It is inoffensive. It's neither good nor bad. Like, there may be things I like about it, things that I don't like about it. And when I go into a movie, it starts at a 5, and then it just kind of fluctuates up or down depending on how I feel. And for Twilight, the first one, that shit gets like a 4.
Okay.
Maybe a 3.
Jesus. Because
I'm feeling like New Moon... Because it's Twilight 2, it gets a 2.
Oh my god. Nice.
I think that's a pretty good way to summarize those 2 movies. But the third movie I watched, you can get in on this conversation because last episode, you did say that you watched it. Mm-hmm. I watched the Tom and Jerry movie on HBO.
That is... the creme de la creme when it comes to cinematic arts.
I think this movie could also be like subtitled as "Fuck These Kids" the movie. This is the type of movie that like you have an annoying niece or nephew that just like won't stop bugging you, like play games on your phone or something like that. You just turn on HBO Max, Tom and Jerry, hour and 40 minutes.
No,
just like that.
It very much is. It very much is. And for a movie that's called Tom and Jerry, there's not a lot of Tom and Jerry in it.
That is
because
true.
it mostly focuses on Chloe Grace Moretz's character.
And how shitty she is.
Yeah, and her just trying to get a job for some reason. And what's his name? The guy from Ant-Man?
Michael Pena?
Michael Pena, yeah.
Dude, Michael Pena really put on like Chips level performance. You know that movie he was in with Dax Shepard?
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it. Michael Pena was also in that one cop movie with Jake Gyllenhaal.
And a watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, a good cop movie.
Yeah.
Imagine that. And then he was in Chips, where there's a whole scene where he schools Dax Shepard on why dudes eat ass. If you didn't know, that's in the movie.
Okay, but anyways,
okay, yeah,
Tom
Eyes
and
on the
Jerry.
Road.
Tom
Eyes
and
on the
Jerry.
Road.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a thing they got made.
What else is there left to say? I mean, I think like Chris Stuckman said it best. It's a movie where people got paid.
Yeah,
you
that is
I mean?
true. That's what I agree on. Is that like the best part about it is that the animators probably like paid their bills for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
And they were able to eat dinner that night. But other than that, man, like I was looking at the casting, I looked at everybody who was attached to it, and I just hope they got paid a decent amount. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think one thing I could at least give the movie props for is how they animated Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
It's not like the whole Sonic the Hedgehog fiasco.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and how they CGI'd him.
This is like a 2.5D movie where they're in a 3D world and they're animated like 2D, but they can still fit in their environment.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like the whole Detective Pikachu thing where they're like
they need to make a full 3D rendered model and whatnot.
So I like that. I like how it kind of stuck. It stuck true to the original like cartoon. Mm-hmm. But too bad we just didn't see a lot of it. Because
yeah, that is true.
You know, we focused on someone trying to get a job.
Yeah, I thought that was so weird how the movie started with Chloe Grace Moretz faking a job interview with the lady.
Yeah, she fucking stole her resume.
What in the world?
Who does that?
That's some head-assery. And I couldn't believe what I was watching. I was like, you're supposed to be rooting for this character. Like, hopefully she gets this job. They brought back that British girl, like, towards the end and whatnot, to, like, make things right, to amend things. But overall, I'm just like, what in the world is going on? And then that scene where she's talking to the bartender about shoes. I was like, this is the weirdest dialogue I've ever heard in my life.
And then there's also a wedding.
Oh yeah, there is
a wedding that has to happen, and it has animated elephants, dude.
I thought that was crazy. I thought it was crazy how every single animal was just animated for some reason.
That's kind of cool. I liked it. I was like, okay, I can get with that.
I was like, all right.
In this world where these animated characters exist, I can get with that.
The parts that really only made me laugh is when Tom screamed. Because they use a scream in a bunch of like memes and whatnot. That like human ass scream when he gets hurt.
Oh, I remember.
It's so funny. And you know what? I noticed this about watching Tom and Jerry is that when you're not invested in a movie and your mind starts to wander, you could really see things that should have been like things that can be glossed over. Like maybe you're too invested in one aspect of it, so maybe a slip up here and there could fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
Except for this part, there's a part when Ken Jeong, the chef.
That's right, Ken Jeong's in it too.
He's like yelling at his staff to like do something, and the ADR is so wild. It's like he says something, the audio is like 6 words or something like that. It's a whole sentence, but Ken Jeong's mouth moves like twice, and then it just trails off. And I was like, I had to rewind the movie to make sure I caught that right. I was like, did that just happen? I don't know what the budget of this movie is. I can't believe, like, throughout all this shit that that I had to sift through with this movie, that, like, there's just so much that... there's so little I got out of it.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what, dude? My mom got a kick out of this movie, dude. She was laughing her ass off.
Dude, that's what's up.
And that's the best part. Just seeing my mom laugh, dude. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I have the same conundrum. You know, this happened back when Minions came out.
Did I tell you the story about how I watched Minions?
Dude, you said your mom won a
sweepstake? So my mom called into a radio show.
Yeah.
And she won 4 tickets. For me and my family. And we had to go to like the radio station to pick up the tickets. Mm-hmm. And we saw it in this like this independent theater in downtown San Jose. It was like super small. But hey, man, free tickets for Minions? I wouldn't have paid for that movie.
Dude, you're damn right. So speaking of Minions, like, you're talking about how your mom enjoyed the movie, and this was a weird, like, epiphany that I had with movies when I went to go see Minions with my family.
Yeah.
I watched it, and it was the first movie where I could wholeheartedly say I didn't laugh once. Granted, it's a movie about little yellow people yelling the word banana.
Yeah, I mean, it's for kids.
So, I
right?
mean, it's for kids.
Yeah.
And Facebook moms. And you know what my mom is? A Facebook mom.
Yeah.
So, so naturally, she had an enjoyable time laughing at these three shitheads, like, ruining the world and whatnot. But, yeah, I just, like, that was such a weird, like, realization that I had.
Yeah.
That, like, what I look for in a movie, like, I don't know what happened, but it changed so drastically in that moment when I watched Minions. I was like, I do not want to watch another Minions again.
It opened your eyes.
Yeah, dude. That's insane.
The film gods, like, touched you, and they were like, this
Damn,
is how
Scorsese's finger?
No, like, more like Fellini and Godard's fingers. They were like, this is how you watch movies.
Here, my child.
Yeah.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
All the French New Wave people just, like, descended upon you. And, like,
Gaspar Noé, just like... he was like, watch some fucked up shit, yeah. Fuck Minions, dude. You want to see some people, like, be drugged out for an hour and a half?
But yeah,
But
man.
anyways.
Fucking Tom and Jerry. We were talking about Tom and Jerry.
Oh, yeah, that is right.
But,
We were talking about Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, man. Tom and Jerry was just, you know.
It joins that echelon of family movies.
Yeah.
You know, things like the Smurfs.
I completely get it.
Alvin and
Exactly
the
like the
Chipmunks.
Smurfs. Exactly like those old cartoons coming into the real world. You know, and has that star power in a way.
Yeah.
Right? It's exactly like one of those movies.
It's like Alvin and the Chipmunks, minus the fact that Alvin and the Chipmunks songs be banging, bro.
I mean, I guess.
Shits go hard.
You know Quest Crew was in Alvin and the Chipmunks? Do you remember that?
They were! They fucking were!
Dude,
What the
that's just
hell?
hella funny, bro.
Dude, yeah, that was at the time when AVDC was at its peak.
Yeah.
Oh my
But yeah,
god, those
it's
are
like
old ass movies.
All these, like, these cartoon characters come into the real world. It's like, I don't expect much from them, right?
But you know.
But, you know, it's like, oh, man. Sometimes it's just painful
I'm
to
just
watch.
not having my kid watch it if I ever
Yeah.
have a kid, you know?
And sometimes it's just painful. It's just like...
Feels bad, you
it's
know?
Like, I don't care.
Look at the people that were attached to this.
Yeah. But anyways,
So-
you since you talked about your ratings,
Mm-hmm.
I want to, you know, the way I rate my movies, you know, good old America public school system, A through F scale.
Uh-huh.
At first, I told myself I don't want to do plus or minuses.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you know.
It's kind of like you get into like some nitty gritty stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like now looking back, because I made this whole like list of movies I watched, right, and I graded them. I think I kind of want to do it, only because like there's some movies where I'm like, it's a B, but it's like a very low B. Yeah. So I might as well just say B minus or C plus, right?
Yeah. Which is why those additions.
Yeah.
Are placed there.
Yeah. So I mean, if I were to give Tom and Jerry a ranking, bro, like that shit a fucking D.
D for dog.
I mean, there wasn't. I mean, there was a dog in it. There was a dog.
Yeah.
Michael Pena was walking him in the streets, and he pooped in the middle of the street.
Oh, that's another thing that was crazy. Is one thing that I was looking at one thing that I was thinking about as I was watching this movie is how well could people act against nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are movies like Life of Pi,
Transformers. I had to say it.
Dude, every episode, are you just gonna bring up Transformers one way or another? That's a good.
That's just my fucking
reoccurring.
That's just my childhood, bro. I have to.
That's a nice reoccurring element we could have here. But anyways, movies like Life of Pi, Jungle Book, where they have these people and they need to act like on a green screen or like. You need to act towards essentially a tennis ball because that's the placeholder for what's gonna be CG, what's gonna be keyed in there.
Exactly.
And that is a skill of itself to like sell it. Because it's one thing to have these digital entities rendered really nicely, but it also needs to lead to the person, like the real life person, to like act accordingly. I mean, and this is a movie where. Our cast of characters cannot act against nothing. Like they need something there, bro. Even when they're talking to each other, they can't act properly. What in the world was this movie?
I mean, it's like the whole like prequel trilogy thing. filmed on blue and green screens everywhere.
Oh, that is
and
true.
Shit.
That is true.
And then George Lucas is just telling like all their actors, yeah, do this, and there's nothing in front of them, and it shows. It shows.
Which is probably one reason why the acting felt so stunted. Yeah. Other than the dialogue being so clunky. Come on, man. Sand? It's coarse, bro.
Don't get me started on that.
To wrap up this discussion, I am feeling a... Was New Moon better? That is my question, because I gave it a 2.
That's on you, man.
Yeah.
I can't speak on Twilight because I haven't seen the other like 4 or 5 of them.
Our next marathon?
Oh no, we haven't even finished the DC marathon.
God damn
so
it, you're right. I'm biting off more than I can chew.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give it a 2 because we have 2 main characters, Tom and Jerry. 1 point for each of them.
I'm gonna give it a D.
And 1 point for Tom screaming.
Nice.
That is iconic.
And that was our review, if you can call it that, on Tom and Jerry. And those were Josh's thoughts on Twilight. 2 masterful films that came out within the past decade or so.
Not a decade. Twilight actually started in 2009.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's how old it is.
Oh, God. Well, there it is.
Let's just look ahead. There's no time to be looking back
Speaking
right now.
of looking ahead, the Academy of Motion Pictures just released their Oscar nominations for their 93rd Oscars.
Yeah, they released it last night. And like we said last week, we are here providing a live reaction of the nominations.
Yes, I am very excited because I've seen a bulk of the contenders, as in like the films. Mm-hmm. Josh still has to do a lot of work, but
yeah, you guys know what I had to deal with these past few days.
Yeah.
I kind of just caught everybody up on what I've been up to.
Yeah, but I'm excited to hear who they're gonna nominate. There are some films that I haven't seen, which now whether or not I'm gonna go back to it, I don't know. But nevertheless, I'm excited to hear these nominations. Josh, any thoughts?
Likewise. The only thing is that I have a strong feeling that my favorite movie of last year, I'm Thinking of Ending Things, is not going to be nominated for anything.
I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
As sad as that may be, that's not a movie for everybody, even though it was on Netflix and essentially provided for everyone. I just don't think it's a very Oscar-friendly movie. Regardless...
What a good movie, though.
I did see a handful of movies that I'm excited to hopefully see being nominated for their respective roles, no matter what they are. And that's all I can really say, even though I still got to catch up on a few of them. Mm-hmm. When is the 93rd Oscars airing?
The first 2 weeks of April, around there?
First 2 weeks. Okay, so I still got like 2 weeks to still catch up. And which is not that big of a deal. I wish I had watched more going into this, so I could have more of my own opinions already formed on what is going to be announced. Yeah. But let's just jump right into it.
Let's get the show on the road.
All right. Actress in a supporting role. Do you have any idea of who this might be?
Man. Actress in a supporting role.
I think the mom from Minari.
Yeah, for sure. The mom or the grandma?
The grandma.
I know she's been getting a lot of buzz.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? I'm trying to think. Man, I can't think of any. Dude, I don't know why my mind's drawn to a blank right now. But let's just see. All right. Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas are presenting. So okay, actress in a supporting role. Maria Bakalova.
Oh yeah,
nice, from Borat.
For Borat?
That's cool.
she was pretty great in that movie.
Dude,
yeah,
that movie's getting recognized. That's
for
dope.
Make benefit once glorious nation of Kazakhstan.
Glenn Close from Hillbilly Elegy.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I haven't
Isn't
seen
that on Netflix or something?
It is. I heard Olivia Colman from The Father.
Okay.
Yeah,
I am in Olivia Colman.
Amanda Seyfried.
Ooh. Oh, I just watched Jennifer's Body too.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there he is.
Oh,
Yoon Jong-yoon from Minari. The grandma. That's good. Great.
Category is best costume design.
Costume design.
Costume design. Bloodshot.
Oh, shut up. I don't really have a
Emma. Oh, that's actually a pretty nice movie.
Ma
Rainey's Black Bottom.
I don't really have an opinion for costume design. I'm not.
I think this could.
Mulan.
Huh?
I mean, I guess.
and Pinocchio.
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 Well, here are the nominees for
Panache?
Best Original Score.
Original
Oh, original
score.
score.
Academy's music branch.
I want to see Soul on here.
Oh, that is true.
Soul or the Five Bloods? The
Defy-
Five
There you go.
Bloods.
Mank.
Okay.
Mank, okay. Trent Reznor did that. I didn't know that. Trent Reznor also
Minari.
did
Soul.
Soul.
Mm-hmm.
Minari, okay.
I haven't seen News of the World.
And
There
Soul.
it is.
Okay,
This
cool.
is
Dude, they
so
got nominated
exciting.
twice in the
So
same
fun.
category. That's fucking dope.
The Writers
Alright.
Branch nominates screenplays in two
Probably
award
Soul's my
categories.
pick.
Adapted
Adapted screen.
Oh, we're not gonna
screenplay
see. I'm thinking of
and
anything.
Best Original Screenplay.
No,
I'm
sadly.
gonna call it right now.
Is Best Adapted Screenplay. Borat subsequent
Borat.
movie
Borat,
film,
okay.
Delivery of prodigious
getting quite a
bride
bit of
to
love.
the
They have
to read that entire
regime
thing.
for make benefit
If
one
they
of
win, they have to read the
glorious
entire fucking thing.
They should win everything
Sacha
then.
Baron Cohen,
No wonder it's taking so
Anthony
long to like get to the next
Dan
one.
Swimer,
I
Peter
didn't
Bain,
know that was adapted.
Erica
That's cool.
Rivenoya,
I didn't know that either.
Dan
Screenplay by
Mazer,
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Jenna Friedman,
Okay.
and Lee Kern.
Look at all those people.
Story.
Oh,
by
that's because
Sacha
it's separated by
Baron Cohen,
story by. Okay,
Anthony
okay.
Hines, Dan Swimer, and
Still
Nina
going.
Pedra.
This is a whole
The
essay.
Father.
Oh,
Oh, the father.
Okay,
Christopher
cool.
I have to
Hampton
watch that too.
and
Yeah.
I'll
Florian
get home.
Zeller.
Dude, it's not online. Like you can't get it. You can't watch it.
God damn it.
No.
Nomadland.
Look
There
at
it
that.
is. There it
Chloe
is.
Zhao.
The homie Chloe Zhao. Hell yeah.
She even wrote it too.
One Night
Yes.
in Miami.
Yes, One Night in
Kemp
Miami.
Powers.
It's a good. That's a
And
damn good fucking.
The
film.
White
Regina
Tiger.
King.
Ramin
I haven't seen
White
it. Yeah,
Tiger.
I haven't seen White Tiger. It's on Netflix, though.
Ramin.
Huh. I never heard of
And
it
now
until
the
now.
nominees for Best Original Screenplay.
Original
Original
screenplay.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yes.
Oh.
Judas and the
Will
Black Messiah.
Burson.
Nice.
And Shaka King.
That's a damn
Story
good fucking
by
movie.
Will Burson, Shaka King, Kenny Lucas, and Keith Lucas. Minari.
Minari.
Lee Isaac.
That's getting
Okay.
my vote.
There we go.
Minari's getting my vote.
Promising Young
Oh
Woman.
shit!
Emerald Fennell.
Two movies we just saw.
Sound
Oh,
of Metal. There it is. There
Wait,
it
there's
is.
three now.
Dude, I've seen.
Abraham
Dude, these are
Martin.
all like really good movies too.
Story.
This is
by
loaded.
Darius Martyr and Derek C.
Oh god, what else?
Francis.
What could the last one be?
I think that's it.
And
Oh,
The Trial of the Chicago
Aaron
Seven.
Sorkin.
They
Trial
fucking-
of the
Sorkin.
Chicago
the Academy
Seven.
love Aaron
Sorkin
Sorkin,
is
bro.
he a newbie?
Yep.
They
Yeah,
love
that's
him.
It's on Netflix. I haven't seen it. I just know
Since
Sacha
you
Baron
did
Cohen's
too,
in
I
it.
think
It's
I'm
good.
going to
Sacha Baron
announce
Cohen's
two
great in it.
Short film categories.
The only thing I
both
heard was that the
overseen
ending
by
is
the
kinda
Short
weird.
Films and Feature
Yeah, I
Animation
guess so.
branch.
Animated
For
short.
Yeah, I haven't.
Animated short
I haven't
film.
seen much of this
Here are
short
the
film.
nominees.
Bao did not come out this year, right?
No.
It's been a long time.
Boro was on Disney Plus though.
Isn't there one
Genius
about
Loci.
a
If anything
Filipino?
happens,
Isn't there
I
like
love
a short film?
That was like
came
2
out?
years ago.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Opera.
Yeah,
wrong
I
with me?
haven't seen any of
And
these
Yes
shit.
People.
I haven't even seen Boro.
Boro.
It's on Disney Plus.
For best
I think it was like supposed to
live-action
accompany
short
like
film,
Soul in
The
theaters.
nominees are
Oh, live action short
Yeah,
film.
I haven't seen live action short films either.
Coworkers episode 1.
Feeling Through,
Even though we're working on one,
The Letter
but that's for
Room,
another time.
The Present,
Feeling Through, The Letter Room. Yeah, these
Two
are
Distant
short
Strangers.
films.
Yeah. That's,
and
Don't worry, this will
White
be
Eye.
edited out probably.
They sound cool,
congratulations to everyone. Now, the nominees for an actor
Oh,
in a
okay.
supporting
Here we go. Here we go.
okay.
Actor and
They
supporting
are
role.
Sacha Baron
Cohen.
Cohen
Trial of the
in
Chicago.
Oh,
The Trial
okay.
of
Nice.
the Chicago 7.
And then he gets nominated for Best Actor.
Daniel
Daniel
Kaluuya,
Kaluuya
yes.
The Black
in
Messiah.
Judas
Yes.
and the Black Messiah.
Leslie Odom Jr. One Night in
Leslie
Miami.
Odom Jr.
I like that. I
in
like that.
One Night in Miami.
Paul Raci,
Paul
Sound of
Raci
Metal.
in Sound of Metal.
He was pretty excellent in that movie.
And Lakeith
Lakeith
Stanfield
Wait a minute, wait a
in
minute.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Hold on, wait, hold on.
Congratulations.
So who's the main actor? in
Who's
that
the
movie?
main actor in
More
Judas and the Black
nominee
Messiah?
announcements. We'll be back at 5:31.
I don't know. You tell me, bro. You're the one that saw it.
There's two supporting actors. What the fuck?
Did they goof? What is this? A commercial break?
Come on, Oscars. Yeah, it's a commercial break.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
All right.
I accidentally stopped the mic.
We can skip. We can skip. You know they
What in the world?
You know they air this at 5 a.m.
Huh?
Yeah, 5 a.m. on Monday,
Oh.
Or
Fascinating.
if you
And
just
some
got
people
up
stayed
and are
up.
joining us now,
or like at least woke
welcome.
up early. Here we
Let's
go.
continue
All
with
right.
the nominations.
Let's get this show on the road.
Members
You
of
know
the
what? This
Academy's
couple made me think of
documentary
the
branch
couple
have
getting
chosen
married
these
in Tom and
nominees
Jerry.
for best documentary feature.
Come on.
Documentary?
Come on, Josh.
Hmm?
I haven't seen much documentaries.
Yeah, neither
either.
have I.
So,
Crip Camp,
Crip Camp. Interesting.
The Mole
The
Agent,
Mole Agent.
My Octopus Teacher,
I don't really I don't have
And
a
time.
very expansive knowledge on
Oh,
documentaries.
I heard.
but
I
just
heard.
know,
I heard time was good
Short
though.
subject. Here are the nominees.
But I just know my favorite documentary is Jiro Dreams of Sushi. You ever see that?
Never seen it.
Colette.
Awesome.
Yeah, I haven't seen much documentary.
It's about a Japanese
Concerto is a
family.
conversation.
This old Japanese man who runs like this
Do not
really
split.
bougie sushi place in Japan.
Hunger War.
Super traditional. The
And
word is
A Love
called
Song for
omakase,
Latasha.
where like the chef like makes the
Congratulations, everyone.
the menu for
nominees
you,
for Best
and it's about like the
International
kids
Feature
like
film were
if they'll step
voted
up to the
on
plate
by
to take over
Academy
the
members
business.
from
Oh, nice.
all branches of
International
living
feature.
and working
Yeah.
outside.
I heard
all
another
over
round
the
is really
world.
good. I hope it gets.
The
Yeah.
nominees are
You know it's on Hulu.
Is it?
Yeah.
Another-
There it is.
Oh, yep,
Another
Denmark.
round. Denmark.
Mads
That's
Mikkelsen.
cool.
Better Days,
Better Days from Hong Kong.
Collective,
Collective.
Romania.
Romania, huh?
Yeah.
Is Borat
The
considered a
man
foreign
who
film?
sold his skin,
Romena's-
Tunisia.
The man who sold his skin from Tunisia?
Quo Vadis Aida,
Vadis Aida.
Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Bosnia.
Very nice with the pronunciation. Well done.
But we definitely gotta watch another round.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow.
The sound branch of the Academy chooses
sound?
the nominees
Easy.
for Best
Sound of Metal.
Achievement
It's in the
sound.
name.
It has to
They
be.
are
Bro, if Sound of Metal isn't on here, man-
Greyhound,
Okay, I haven't seen Greyhound.
Mank,
Mank has pretty cool sound.
News
I
of the
saw
World.
News of the world, okay.
Or Sound
Soul.
of Metal.
Soul, okay.
and Sound
Yes!
There
of
it is.
Metal.
There it is.
Yes! The whole
The
like
production
heart of the
design
movie
branch nominates
lies
these
in its
films
sound
for
Yeah.
best
engineering.
production design.
Which is funny because that's my topic for my class next week.
Production design. The Father. I feel like Mank is gonna get nominated for this.
For sure.
Ma Rainey's
Ma
Black
Ma
Rainey,
Rainey's.
yeah. Period piece, you know.
Mank.
There it is.
I called it.
News of the
News
World.
of the World. What is that movie about?
And
No
Tenet.
clue.
Tenet.
Congratulations.
forward, same backwards,
Here
dude?
are
Same
the
forward, same
nominees
backwards,
for
dude? Kayak?
Best Film Editing, chosen by members
Film
of
editing.
the Academy's Film Editors Branch.
I'm not.
Huh.
I'm not much into editing either.
The Father.
I think maybe The Sound of Metal.
No
Yo, that
Man.
that kind of scared me.
Nomadland.
Yorgos Lanthimos. That sounds
Promising Young
an
Woman.
awful like Yorgos Lanthimos. But
Sound of
okay,
Metal.
these two, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal,
And
definitely.
The Trial
Like
of the
Oh,
Chicago
the-
Trial.
Seven.
Trial of Chicago. Interesting.
the editing style in Promising
The
Young Woman
Academy's
was pretty
cinematog-
apparent. Like
cinematographer
how
branch
energetic
nominate
it
the
all
following
felt.
for
Like
best
Oh,
cinematography.
here we go. Cinematography. Here we go.
cinematography,
Cinnamon.
cinematography, bro. Because it's
Judas
spicy.
and the Black
Yes. Judas and the Black Messiah.
Messiah. Mank.
Mank. Okay.
Maybe Minari.
News of the World.
They're gonna nominate
I
that
haven't
black
seen-
and white
I
movie.
haven't seen
Oh
that
wait,
one.
they actually did
Yes.
nominate
Nomadland.
The Lighthouse
And the
being
Trial
done.
of the Chicago Seven.
Mank.
Trial.
And Nomad.
Lots of nominations.
Isn't that just courtroom?
Yeah. Where's
The visual
Minari?
effects branch
Where is
voted
Minari?
for
That's
these
a good
films to be the
one. Bro,
nominees
That
is a
for
good,
Best Visual
question.
Effects.
Visual effects.
Love
Tenet.
and Monsters.
Tenet has to be.
Yeah.
Did you see Love and Monsters?
Midnight
I haven't
Sky.
seen-
No.
Oh fuck the Midnight Sky, man.
Mulan.
Such a boring.
Huh?
Oh okay. I guess.
The one and only
Phoenix.
Ivan.
Then again, the only screenshot I saw of that was
And
like some
Tenet.
scuffed,
There it is. Tenet.
some scuffed
When you
image
think
of
of me, you
Mulan with like her
naturally think
phoenix
of
wings at the end of the
best makeup
movie.
and
It was like
hairstyle.
taken on someone's
However, they didn't let me use
Walkman or something, dude.
Instead, the members of that
Makeup and
Academy
hairstyle,
branch
yeah, okay.
nominate the following films.
Yeah, I don't know much
Mank?
about makeup and hairstyle. Probably.
Emma. Okay,
Nice.
I agree with that one. It's a good
Hillbilly
one.
Maybe Ma Rainey.
Ma Rainey's
There it
Black
is.
There we go.
Mank
There it is.
and Pinocchio.
And Pinocchio.
This next
Pinocchio.
category is voted on by short films and feature animation branch, as well as
Animation
members of the animation
is
community
next, I
across
think is
all
what it is.
branches.
Okay.
Bro, Soul,
Here are the
man.
nominees
Soul's
for
gonna
Soul.
best
win.
animated
What else came
feature.
out?
Come on now.
Wait, Sonic?
Bro.
Onward.
Oh, Onward?
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot Onward came
Yeah.
out.
Over the Moon.
Moon?
My sister loves that movie.
Really?
A Shaun the Sheep.
Shaun the Sheep.
Armageddon.
Yo, we gotta watch that.
There it is. Soul, baby.
Fuck Nomadland. Fuck Mank. Fuck
Oh,
all that stuff.
I heard
Wolfwalkers is good too.
Voted
But
on
Shaun
by
the
music
Sheep?
branch. Here are their nominees for
We're
Best
definitely
Original
going to.
Song.
Oh, Moonsong.
Fight for
Minari.
You. Judas
Oh,
and the Black
nice.
Messiah.
You know her just won like 2 Grammys?
Hear My Voice.
Yeah,
from
if she
I
Chicago
Can't
wins,
Breathe,
dude,
huh?
if she
Chicago
wins,
Seven.
that's a back-to-back fucking win, dude. Hear my
That'd
voice.
be great.
From Eurovision Song Contest.
Eurovision.
The story
I haven't
of
heard. I haven't
Fire
seen that
Saga.
movie. With Will Ferrell. And
Cindy keeps telling me to watch
EOC,
it.
Scene from The Life
Oh, no.
Ahead. La Vita
haven't seen that one
Divanti Assai.
Interesting.
And Speak,
Speak Now.
There it
Miami.
is. Leslie
Huh.
Odom Jr.
For actor in a leading role, The actors
Okay,
branch
here we go.
members
Mm,
nominated.
actor.
Chadwick, bro. Chadwick has to be in
Steven
here.
Yeun.
Riz Ahmed.
Riz
Ahmed.
Sound
Nice.
Metal.
Nice.
Let's fucking go.
Chadwick
There it is.
Boseman
Chadwick.
Rest in
in
peace.
Ma Rainey's
Mhm.
Black Bottom.
Our king.
Anthony Hopkins
Delroy Lindo?
in The
Is
Father.
he gonna show
Maybe?
up?
Anthony Hopkins.
Gary Oldman
Okay, Gary
in
Oldman,
Mank.
I guess.
Mank, okay.
and Stephen
Steven
Yeun.
Yeun.
There
In
we
Mean
go.
Oh,
that it?
No,
No Delroy Lindo?
No Delroy
For
Lindo.
actress in a leading role.
That's
the
a
nominees
shame.
are
Actress in a
Oh, here we
leading
go.
role.
For sure, Carey Mulligan. For sure,
Yes,
Frances
yes.
McDormand.
Viola Davis.
Oh, Viola
Viola
Davis,
Davis,
of
okay.
course.
Rainey's Black Bottom. Andra Day.
Andra Day. I
in the
still
United
haven't seen that
States
one.
The
Sorry.
United States
Billie
versus
Holiday.
Billie Holiday. Huh.
She won a
Vanessa
Golden
Kirby.
Globe.
Vanessa Kirby for
yep.
Pieces of a Woman. Oh, I definitely
That,
have to watch that
that was
too.
a good. That was a good performance.
Frances
There we go,
Frances
there we go.
McDormand.
Nomadland.
Let's get another dub.
And Carey Mulligan.
Carey
There it
Mulligan.
is.
Okay. Those two, bro.
Performances.
I haven't even
For
seen
director,
Nomadland yet,
the
but I
Academy
know she
Directors
probably put in a
Branch
killer
Okay, here we go.
performance.
These
Lee Isaac Chung,
Directing.
Spike Lee probably.
Chloe Zhao has to be in there.
Thomas
Yeah, another
Vinterberg.
round.
Ooh.
Okay.
Another round.
Thomas Vinterberg.
Nice.
David
Mank.
Fincher.
Oh, David
Fincher.
Fincher. Okay.
Come on.
Lee
There it
Isaac.
is.
Minari.
Nice.
Minari.
Where, come on, Chloe Zhao.
Chloe Zhao. Nomadland.
Yep, right after.
And Emerald
Oh.
Fennell. Promising Young.
Oh.
For her directorial debut.
And finally, the
That's
nominees for
sick.
Best Picture voted by
Damn,
all members
congrats,
of the
Emerald
Academy
Fennell.
are
Okay, here we go.
Okay,
Picture.
Best Picture. This is the big
Ready?
one.
The Father. David
I haven't seen
Parfait.
it.
Jean-Louis Levy. And Philippe Carcassonne. Producers.
We gotta find a way to watch
Yeah.
that movie.
Give me something.
Judas
give me
and the
something.
Black
Judas
There
and
it
the
is.
Black
Yes.
Messiah.
Scott King, Charles D. King, and Ryan Coogler.
Oh,
Producers.
Ryan Coogler was attached to it?
Yeah, he's a producer.
Oh, shit.
Mank.
Nice.
Yes.
Mank, okay.
Ian Chafin.
Mank.
Eric
Not
Roth.
David Fincher's
and
best,
Douglas
but
Urbanski.
Still a
Producers.
pretty interesting movie.
Minari.
Minari.
Yes!
Christina
Nice.
O, producer.
That's all I needed to hear. That one beautiful
Nomadland.
word.
There it is.
Francis
Two
McDormand,
beautiful
There it
words
is.
right here.
Peter Spears, Molly Asher, Dan Janvi, and Chloe Zhao. Producers.
Promising
I read his
Young
lips.
Whoa.
Promising.
Woman, Ashley Fox, Emerald Fennell, and
is that
Josie
it?
McNamara. Producers.
I think there should be more.
One more, right?
Sound of
There it is.
What? No way.
Hemling.
This got
Whoa.
nominated for
Whoa.
Best Film too.
Producer.
Best Picture.
Is there more?
I think it's usually last.
And last, The Trial of the
Oh,
Chicago
wow.
Seven.
Interesting.
Mark
Trial.
Platt and Stuart Besser.
Wait a minute.
Producers.
It's got
Wait a minute.
Okay, let's go
I
pause
am
this.
already-
That's 8.
Bro, isn't it usually like 9 or something?
No, they bumped it up to 10.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Bro,
You think
what?
because last year's movie landscape was so shitty? Dude, they could have
Dude,
just
hold
thrown...
on, wait. Hold on. No one night at, no, yeah. Sorry. No One Night in Miami.
Ma Rainey,
Ma Rainey.
The Five Bloods.
The Five Bloods. What? Whoa.
They couldn't have thrown me a bone and tossed in I'm thinking of ending things somewhere in here. Just in
that
your best
too.
picture. Boom. Just throw it in there. I would have been so satisfied with that.
No, I mean, but I
Huh.
mean, like, I'm thinking of Ending Things is like one of those like mind-bending films.
Yeah.
And it really,
the
like-
Academy doesn't like
Yeah.
horror.
And it like it really wasn't for everybody.
Yeah,
But I mean, it was for us. I fucking
most
loved it,
definitely.
yeah. You
Huh.
know you know what's another thing? It's like I know this is like a fucking long shot, but I saw this movie called Yellow Rose, right? And it
I
was
remember you telling me.
and it was the first time a big like Hollywood studio like produced like a Filipino American movie in the United States. And I was at least, and like I think the film is pretty fucking good, right? And I think Evelyn Obazada like had a fantastic like debut role in a feature film. And I think like her songs and like the music in that film is like, I don't listen to country, but it's fucking good, right? And I was hoping at least give her like a nomination for a song, right? But I guess not here. I mean,
Sadly,
yeah.
it's not the case.
Damn.
You know, when they vote for things in the Oscars, it's really a balancing act between like it being a popularity contest, but also being like, you know, like the artistic integrity
Yeah.
that like needs to be upheld.
Yeah,
and
very much
whatnot.
so. But I mean, you know what? For what it is, I think that these are some pretty good choices.
I think so too. Definitely.
I've seen all of these Best Picture nominees except for The Father.
We got to find a way to watch that.
Yeah.
Most definitely. And we got
Holy shit.
like 2 weeks for me to catch up on one, two, three, four or so movies. But I mean, like, by and large, the movies that I have seen on this list, they're probably some of the best movies that I saw within the last year. Like, Sound of Metal was the last movie I watched in 2020, and it left such a huge impression on me. I think that I'm so happy Riz Ahmed got the recognition, Best Actor. I think he's so phenomenal. I really love the guy. And, you know, sure, you got some duds like Venom, but we don't like to talk about that. You know, everybody's got to eat.
You know, like for as shitty of a year as like 2020 was, we got some pretty damn good movies.
Yes, we did.
Like I thought 2019 was like a amazing year for films, especially like now, but like 2020 was still pretty damn good.
Yeah, given our circumstances, a lot of good really did come out. And sure, a lot of what I was excited for had to have been pushed. You know, Last Night in Soho, Edgar Wright.
The Green Knight.
The Green Knight, yep, another A24. Wes Anderson's next movie.
The French Dispatch?
The French Dispatch,
Dude,
yep.
and how could you forget
Furious 9.
F9?
F9, yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
My bad.
No Time to Die, dude.
Oh, yeah, that too. No Time to Die. But we did get Tenet. That is true. We did get
same
Tenet.
forward, same backwards.
Same forward, same backwards.
But honestly, like, again, like, I think this is a solid nomination.
I think so too. I think there's a nice
I just wish
variety.
Regina King got some recognition, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
One Night in Miami was her directorial debut. So good, bro.
Speaking of Regina King, did you watch If Beale Street Could Talk?
No, but I know she won an Oscar for it. I know that.
She's really good.
And I know she was really good in it.
The movie itself is like it's really sad. It's pretty like heart-wrenching.
It's Barry Jenkins, right?
It's Barry Jenkins. Did you watch Moonlight?
Of course.
It's not. It's like,
yes.
Granted, Moonlight is a very heavy movie. That's like, it's very forward-thinking in my eyes, and it's definitely hard to like match. But If Beale Street Could Talk it tackles like another different issue that is simultaneously like just as engaging.
Right.
Very it's very much in Barry Jenkins' wheelhouse.
Right.
All right, so that concludes our Oscar reactions. But the last thing I wanted to do with Reagan before we end this episode was to look back on the past 5 years or so of Oscar winners and nominees and whatnot, and to put in our little inputs on whether we thought things would get snubbed, because as you can see here, we did have a discussion on things that were missing, things that deserve to be recognized more so than they already have. So
I just want to preface this and say that I didn't really start getting into like film and like filmmaking and movies until like maybe like a year or two ago. So you'll excuse me if I don't really have like a just click that. Yeah. If I don't really have an opinion on some of these movies.
So the main thing we're going to be looking at is Best Picture winners. And we're going to start off with the 92nd Academy Awards.
Before COVID, 2019.
Before COVID, 2019. We had our nominees: Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 1917, Marriage Story, Little Women, Joker, Jojo Rabbit, The Irishman, Ford vs. Ferrari, and Parasite.
Wait, is that 10?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Bro, Academy, you couldn't have nominated at least one more? Put in One Night in Miami or Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Come on. Okay,
They
but
done fucked
anyways.
So what do you think about the winner of this one?
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree.
You wholeheartedly
Parasite,
agree?
man?
Parasite was my second favorite movie of the year. So, regardless, I thought this batch of movies was actually very strong.
No, very much so.
It's excellent. It's missing one movie.
I've actually seen most of them.
The only one I haven't seen is Ford v Ferrari.
I haven't seen Joker. I haven't seen Ford v Ferrari. I saw the first hour of Irishman, and then I kind of just... Yeah.
Happens. It is a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
But if you can't handle that, how are you going to handle the Snyder Cut? You bring up Transformers, I'll bring up Zack Snyder every week.
Okay.
That's a deal.
Okay, but anyways, yeah, I think this... You're right. It's a solid year for film. And I think Parasite taking the cake was a damn good choice. Good job in the Academy for that, too.
Like
actually,
most definitely.
Paying attention to an international film and having it qualify. That's
Just
awesome.
having him sweep the awards.
Mhm.
The only thing that would have made it perfect, this whole selection of movies, is if maybe you swapped out Ford v Ferrari for The Lighthouse, maybe, you know? Just maybe. Just maybe.
That's
Why do you think I
right.
said Parasite was my second favorite movie?
Oh shit. Oh my god, that's right.
The Lighthouse did get recognized for cinematography. I don't think it won though.
No.
I think
Wait,
1917 won.
Let's see. Wait.
Oh, you gotta. Yeah.
Cinematography. Yep, 1917 one. Roger Deakins though.
Hey, yeah. The one thing that I
Roger
can't
Deakins,
commend
though.
that is that Roger Deakins did win another Oscar. And yeah, my thoughts on these Best Picture noms is that this was a fantastic year. Man, this is like I've seen all these movies in theaters, and that's what I miss the most about, you know, the whole landscape of films right now is that it's nice to just be in the comfort of your own home, but being in that dark room, just like where everybody is just so focused on this task
Yeah.
of watching a movie, I miss that a lot.
Yeah.
And I think it would have definitely bumped up my thoughts on some of these movies I did see, like higher if I had that experience. So that wraps up the 92nd Academy Awards. And by the way, we're only going to go back about like 5 years.
Yeah.
Because there was one year in the Oscars that I definitely want to talk about. Okay, now going to the 91st.
2018. Or the films from 2018. Okay, here
Films
we
of
go.
2018. So we got our nominees. Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Roma, A Star is Born, Vice, and our winner, Green Book.
I've seen Black Klansman. I've seen Bohemian Rhapsody, Roma, A Star is Born. I haven't seen The Favorite, Vice, or Green Book.
You didn't see the winner?
Mm-mm.
Let me tell you this then. I don't think it should have won.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I've heard.
I think that's the consensus.
Yeah, that's what everyone's been saying.
I remember watching this live and then being like, what? Like, this
Yeah.
really won?
Yeah, when I watch Roma, it's like, sure, Roma is like a very quiet film, but like, fuck.
It's my favorite out of the bunch,
It's
probably.
so good.
It's really, really, like, intimate.
Yeah,
Because
very
it's
much so.
definitely a, like, love letter from Alfonso
Mhm.
Cuarón. I'm glad he won Best Director.
Yeah, and like as much of an MCU fan as I am, like sure, seeing Black Panther getting a nomination.
I think that is
Was
very
dope.
commendable.
Like-
That was
like-
awesome.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I like that. You know, did it have a good chance at winning? I don't think so. Even though personally I think it was a pretty darn good film. But Green Book, I haven't seen it. I can't say much about it. Mahershala Ali is in it, which I like Mahershala
Mhm.
Ali.
Viggo Mortensen, too.
Yeah, Aragorn is in it.
It's like,
So it's like
I really like these two actors. I just don't... It's a lot like Crash. You know?
yeah.
Came out... It's one of those movies
Yeah,
where, like,
it's-
looking back on it,
Yeah.
this is what kind of, fueled the fire for, like, why I wanted to do this. It's because I was thinking about these past winners and, like, how differently they're looked at. Whether or not it was a safe pick by the Academy or they were just smoking
Yeah.
something that year.
Yeah.
This year, I feel like Green Book was just a safe pick. Because
Yeah.
if I wanted, like, a movie like Green Book in the same vein about, like, racial issues and whatnot, I think I would have picked Black Klansman.
Yeah, very much so. I agree.
And then for that type of, like, for its cultural impact, I remember this year, like, looking at Black Panther, it reminded me that this year they tried to start the most popular movie award, and then it got scrapped because everybody was shitting on the Oscars because they were like, why not just put Black Panther as, like, a Best Picture nom? It doesn't matter, it's a big blockbuster movie. If people liked it and it got these critical accolades, then it deserves a right to run with the big dogs,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. And to this day, it's still like the only like. I think it's the only superhero, but I know for sure it's the only Marvel Studios film to ever be nominated for Best Picture.
I know The Dark Knight was nominated for something. I think that was just Heath Ledger for Best Supporting Actor.
Which he won, right?
He won, like, posthumously.
Mhm.
But regardless of all that stuff, there's a lot of movies here that I would have picked over,
For
you
sure.
know, Green Book,
Yeah.
like, in a heartbeat. Black Klansman.
Mhm.
Okay, maybe not Bohemian Rhapsody. That's the other questionable choice.
Dude, look at that. Look who won Best Actor. Rami Malek.
I'm happy about that.
Look at this too. Where is it?
Don't even bring up the editing thing. Please don't bring up the editing
is it?
thing.
Best film editing.
Fuck that shit. Oh my god. I don't want to talk about that.
All right. I think we should go on to the
okay.
next year.
So moving on.
These were the films being nominated for 2018. The 2018 films.
So now moving on to
these are the films of 2017, which again I haven't really.
Okay, so 90th Academy Awards for 2017 movies.
Oh boy.
Our nominees are Call Me by Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and our winner, The Shape of Water.
Okay, I've seen Darkest Hour, I've seen Dunkirk, I've seen Lady Bird, I've seen 3 Billboards. All 4 I think are pretty darn good movies. 3 Billboards though, I think is a damn fantastic movie. I haven't seen Shape of Water. Although I know people say that it's, that kind of weird fish movie. But I also hear that it's a really beautiful movie.
Yeah, going off of that, this is a year I remember vividly. I remember watching so many of these movies and having such a excellent time in the theaters with the Best Picture nominees that I got a chance to see. The only ones I didn't see were Darkest Hour and The Post. And this was at the point in time where, like, whenever these nominations came out, I was already watching them before the nominees even were announced. So it was very fulfilling that, like, oh wow, like I really enjoy these movies, so they're getting the recognition from the Academy and the public, like, that I think they deserve.
Yeah.
And
I mean that position you were in when you were watching these movies, that's how I feel now. Like seeing these nominations for this past year, like, it's cool.
It's a pretty great feeling. Yeah.
I'm paying more attention now.
But to go on with the winners and how I feel about it, this was a very hard year. This was a very, very difficult year. 27? Okay, we gotta go.
Yeah, these are the films of 2017.
Just to make sure. I think. Okay, so for the year 2017, my favorite movie of the year was not nominated, which was Blade Runner 2049. Small cinematic gem that I doubt anybody has heard.
But it won cinematography.
Omega lol.
Right?
I'm just kidding. It's a very popular movie.
Didn't it win cinematography?
Yeah, it was
Roger
Roger Deakins'
bro.
first win. That was the one that. That was the one win that, like, I felt so relieved about, because Roger Deakins has been in this game for so long that he deserved some recognition. And for a movie as aesthetically pleasing and beautiful as Blade Runner was, like, he finally got it. But regardless of my favorite movie not being nominated, my taste doesn't necessarily always line up with the Academy and whatnot, because I'm not an old cretin voting on these movies. I was very satisfied with the winner. I think Guillermo del Toro's win was long overdue, but there are some movies that, like, I thought were just a little bit better, but I was still happy with The Shape of Water's win.
Yeah.
Things like Call Me by Your Name, Lady Bird.
I've seen Lady Bird.
Three Billboards.
Your hometown, man.
Yep. And that is one reason why, it
resonated with you more.
It resonated me quite a bit. It's a story about, some high school girl in Sacramento just, like, wanting to strive for bigger things and feeling like they're trapped in this small town. It's what a lot of people feel about Sacramento is,
bro,
like.
Even here, dude, you talking about Sacramento, bro? Here in Milpitas, bro. That's what everybody feels like. At least people I know.
And I feel like that's why it's a very resonant film. Like, it really hits home with a lot of people. Maybe specifically people of a younger demographic.
For sure.
At the time, I was. This was 4 years ago. Yeah, I was 20.
Nice. And
this was definitely a movie that, like, I was pretty, like, blown away by.
Yeah, I saw Lady Bird recently, and I thought
it's really, really good. Yeah, it's really
I feel
good.
this may be controversial, but I feel like I like it a little more than Little Women.
I think that's a pretty solid sentiment to have, because Little Women is a remake of something that's been done many times before.
But I do think Greta Gerwig she's a very talented filmmaker.
And
she got nominated. She got nominated for Best Director, so that's good.
All right, so moving on.
These are the films for 2017.
Now we're moving on to 2016 films.
Which is
This is the one that I wanted to talk about.
Which Josh and I...
You know why.
Yeah, okay. So, Josh, go ahead and read the nominations, Josh. Go and read the nominations.
So, our nominees for Best Picture are Arrival, Fences, Hacksaw Ridge, Hell or High Water, Hidden Figures, Lion, Manchester by the Sea, La La Land, and our winner, Moonlight.
Okay, Josh, but before we do this, Josh, if there is an all-time favorite film of yours that you can say for sure is your favorite film, what would it be?
My favorite film of all time is La La Land. All right, Reagan. So, what about you? What's your favorite movie of all time?
My favorite movie of all time? La La Land.
How coincidental.
That's funny. Okay, so but out of all these, I've seen La La Land, of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty damn good. Seen Arrival recently, which I love. It easily became one of my top 10 films of all time. And I've seen Moonlight, which I thought was amazing. Now, if you guys don't know what happened at this specific Academy Awards, basically when the Best Picture was being announced, Warren Beatty read the wrong card, and he said the Best Picture was La La Land. And all the producers, all the cast and crew, they all went on stage and they were all excited. And then the producers for the show came out, and it turns out La La Land was not the best picture. It's actually Moonlight.
Nope. It's Moonlight. It's Moonlight. Moonlight won.
Moonlight won.
Moonlight won.
This is not a joke. This is not a joke. Moonlight won.
Holding up that card, bro, in front of the camera.
You know, apparently when Jordan Horowitz did that, he gave Warren Beatty a paper cut.
Really?
Yeah. He gave that old
shit.
man a paper cut, bro. No, I'm okay, but aside from that, what a fiasco that was.
That was pretty insane. For 5 seconds of that year, La La Land became the most overrated movie of all time because it won. and then when it got stolen, when Moonlight came out and turned out to be the winner, La La Land became the most underrated movie of all time.
You know, I wish I had seen La La Land at this time. I wish I just paid more attention to films at this time. Cause I just gotten out of high school when this happened, so I wasn't really paying much attention to it. But I feel like if I did, man, like if I had seen La La Land win, I think I would have flipped my fucking shit.
I remember a vivid memory of watching this movie in the theaters. I went to go watch this by myself, and I was sitting there enjoying everything that was happening. The epilogue was playing, and I was just like sunken in my chair because of how like overwhelmed I felt with the movie. And then when the credits started rolling and everything was finished, these two women next to me, they were sitting next to me. They lean over to each other and they go, "That was pretty good." And I just like glanced at them, and in my mind I was like, yeah, it was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, we gotta give it to Moonlight though.
We definitely do. I watched Moonlight after the Academies had actually been a thing. I caught a late showing of it when a theater was like kind of like doing like a refresher on Oscar movies and whatnot. But it was after the Oscars had already aired, so there was still some lingering showtimes. And then I caught a showing of Moonlight, and you know, me being the biggest La La Land stand known to man, I was already going in there like a little bit like pissy, you know. I was like, really, did this have to win? Like, this is before like I even like set foot in the theater.
Right.
But then I watched it, and then when the credits started rolling, I sat in my seat because like I had to just like think about the movie. And the one thing that I could say about it, like at the time, was that is probably the greatest movie that I don't know if I could watch again anytime soon, because I felt like it was so heavy, and I felt like it really made me appreciate how much of a transportive media movies are. Because, you know, granted, me and you, we are Filipino Americans, and that is not the... Moonlight talks about a story that like almost in no way like relates to us. But for Barry Jenkins and the whole cast and crew to sell a movie to everyone that could resonate with them, and they could like actually like have you like peer into the life of the other and to like see what another like demographic of individual might be going through, I thought that was insane. Like that, this is another like landmark movie. Like Moonlight and La La Land are definitely like landmark movies in my mind, that made me like look at things a different way. And even though for like a week I was pretty peeved at La La Land losing, I have to say that Moonlight wholeheartedly deserved that win. And yeah, that's all I could really say about the movie.
Man. No, I likewise, man. It's two great films, man, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like this specific category of Best Picture, I remember only these two movies were the only thing on my mind. Like, everything else, I was like, Fences? I remember I watched Fences for a film class in my community college. And I was like, whatever. But then, you know, La La Land and Moonlight and everything, I was just like, but are they as good as those?
I mean, I'd say Arrival is pretty good.
Yeah. I know, right? I talked this big talk about Denis Villeneuve and how excited I am for his movies and whatnot.
Dune.
I haven't seen Arrival in its entirety.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
Bro.
I know, right?
Holy shit.
I'm a hack. Why are you even trying to like start this podcast with me, dude? I'm a fake movie fan.
Bro. Okay, so I mean, like, the best way I can describe it to you, it's like, you know, like La La Land, right? Favorite movie of all time, because that resonated with me. Soul came out, that resonated with me. That easily became one of my favorite movies of all time. I saw Arrival on like Netflix. Oh no, I saw it on your Vudu account.
Yeah, it is on my Vudu. I haven't even watched it.
That hit me just like Soul did, and it easily went up there in my top like films of all time. It's so good.
So I definitely have to watch it. All right, so.
But yeah, I mean we are well over an hour in this show talking about films.
So one more year. We'll go one more year.
One more year
for the 2015 movies. So our nominees.
Oh shit! Yeah, I haven't seen any of these. Wait, I haven't seen any of these. I have no opinion on any of these movies. I have not seen a single one of these.
Our nominees are Room, The Revenant, The Martian, Mad Max Fury Road, Brooklyn, Bridge of Spies, The Big Short, and our winner, Spotlight.
Interesting.
For this batch of movies, it caught some heat because Spotlight felt like a very
like Oscar
safe.
Bait. It was like baity almost, like an Oscar bait kind of movie.
Not really a bait, but more so like the fact that they picked it, they just went with the safe option.
Right.
If you asked me, the winner of this category is wholeheartedly Mad Max Fury Road. It's my favorite action movie ever made. Yeah. It is incredible.
I've heard that it's like really good.
Yeah, it's like for what it stood for, like, you know, this movie that is a like a new installment in the series like 30 years later, which is I think like a stepping stone for why Blade Runner was made also. Like 2049 like got its opportunity. Because of the critical reception that Mad Max Fury Road got. And I remember watching this movie in theaters. I took my homie there. It was me, my brother, and my best friend in Sacramento. And my younger brother, who shares like a similar like taste in movies as I do, we adored it. We thought it was like absolutely great. But then, you know, because Mad Max isn't something very popular in the public eye, like the aesthetic, like the characters and whatnot, it really caught like my other brother and my friend off guard, and then they would like point out like funny things that like we wouldn't notice. But you know, it was such a like you have to see this in the theater type of experience. Like you have to. It's kind of like Dunkirk, where you have to watch it on like the biggest screen, the biggest sound system, all the stunts and like
like an iPod Touch.
Most definitely an iPod Touch, maybe an iWatch.
Oh, nice.
Maybe a watch. Just hook up like your little wired Apple earbuds into there too, blow them out real quick. And in hindsight, I actually watched Room. Last year, 2 years ago, and I remember I really wanted to watch it because of Brie Larson, and this was at the time when Captain Marvel came out, and everybody was tearing her to shreds. Like, oh my god, she can't act. Oh my god, she's not charismatic at all. She can't do anything right. And I remember watching Captain Marvel with the thought in mind, like, oh, I hope I like it just so I could, like, spite people.
Yeah.
And I thought Captain Marvel was pretty meh. It was pretty bland and whatnot, but you know, it is a Marvel movie, and it did serve its purpose. Right after I watched Captain Marvel, that same night, I watched Room on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another movie where I thought it was so heavy, and it was so well done. I thought, for all the people that are like, Brie Larson can't act, all they gotta do is watch this movie and just like eat their words. She was so good in this movie.
Yeah, I mean that's what I've heard.
And I honestly wouldn't like mind if that movie won, like, you know, in hindsight. At the time, I was like, oh, Mad Max Fury Road was the best. I did watch The Martian, which is a pretty enjoyable movie also. The Revenant, you know, this being a landmark year because this is Leo's first Oscar win.
In his long and extensive career, it's his first Oscar win.
And The Revenant, while not being like the most engaging movie, I did think its cinematography and much of its story was actually really well done. And Leo's performance. When he fought that bear, I thought he was fighting the real thing, bro.
Nice.
I thought Inarritu like bought a bear for a second. But yeah, I don't think Spotlight should have won. Maybe Mad Max, but you know, that's just me.
Interesting. Maybe I should catch up on these films and see what they are.
Yep. It's like I gotta catch up on the new wave shit. You gotta catch up on some of the old stuff.
Some old stuff.
Old stuff being 5 years ago. And I guess that'll be the last year. Maybe we'll do this again next week. Like, you know, like another 5 years because, you know, it's not the Oscars yet.
Oh, yeah. No, don't worry. Even, like, if we go 5 years back, you'll have more to say because I haven't seen any of the other ones, probably.
Because the year before that,
that was Birdman, right?
Yeah, but then it also had one other small movie that was poking its head out, like turning some heads. A little movie called Whiplash.
That's right.
The movie that started this crazy interest in movies for me.
That's right.
And yeah, I guess we're going to leave it at that.
So if you guys enjoyed this podcast, be sure to give us a follow. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at coworkers.podcast. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
It's a bit lengthier than usual.
Yeah, it's a bit
Sorry
lengthier.
about that.
It's all good though. But that was the Coworkers podcast. I'm Regan.
And I'm Josh.
And we'll catch you again next week.
Have a good night, everyone.